Welcome live to the Sports Arena in Los Angeles. Yes, the world champions, four-time world champion Chicago Bulls in town to face the Los Angeles Clippers. Hello again, everybody. Thanks very much for joining. Bulls win their fourth NBA title in the 90s, and it was particularly a moving moment for Michael Jordan. Of course, memories of his father and Dennis Rodman and Phil Jackson, an unlikely pair, but I'll tell you, they communicate tremendously well. Michael Jordan, we talked about the emotion of the moment, of course, lost his father and won yet another NBA championship following his return from baseball.
And Paul, you talk about the spoiled athletes of the 90s, the guys who don't care or just in this for a paycheck. That video right there of Michael Jordan, the lifetime of commitment that he is putting in.
Pretty high expectations, being 12-0, everybody expects us to probably win 82-0. But, we knew at some point in time it could happen, we could lose. And, now is how we recover from that. I mean, we've always been, in the past, ready to rebound from a loss. I don't think today is any different. I think, we go into tonight's game with the notion of just getting back on the winning track and starting a whole new streak.
The Bulls, of course, including the playoffs, were a remarkable 87-13 last season. Not a lot of opportunity to bounce back from losses. And tonight, Malik Sealy on a gimpy ankle gets to check Michael Jordan, at least at the beginning of the game. But no one player stops him anytime, anywhere.
So much for Chicago's undefeated season and going to Utah and just can't get it done. John Wooden would have none of that. But the Clippers, they're going to try a myriad of players. Malik Sealy, of course, has got the bum ankle. Piatkowski, his backup, has got the bum ankle. Brent Barry is dying.
To set a standard where, hey, you guys are old, we are new, and we have more energy, we have more, our step is quicker, so we can pretty much run right past you, but they got to understand this game is a lot beyond just being quick and a step beyond. We look at it as a mental aspect of the focus of the game. You got to look at it, what the weakness is, what moves can we make at a certain critical point of the game. So most teams don't realize that this team may be old, but we're very crafty.
Nice hat, Dennis. Stanley said it was just another game. That is not true. This is, in the world of stars, with the biggest stars here tonight, you got to come out and play your absolute best. This is the time that you dream about. You live for this moment to come out and take Michael Jordan on and say, hey, let's go. You're going to have to catch up with me tonight.
I want to thank Cherie Devereaux for getting that interview with Dennis Rodman. We appreciate it. Bill and I will be right back with more on Clippers Courtside.
I'm sold on you. I'm sold on you. It's a cash giveaway at your Toyota dealer. Get $1,500 cash back on any four-cylinder 97 T100 or $1,000 cash back on any
basketball this season, including Pat Riley and the Miami Heat. They'll be here on Wednesday, November 27th, to face the Clippers. So-called Ticketmasters number now 213-480-3232. And come and check out Pat and the Miami Heat and Alonzo Mourning. The Chicago Bulls taking the court right now to, as you said, Bill, a deafening roar in the Clippers' home court.
The Bulls know how to play the sight game in the NBA. These are so special as Michael Jordan takes his first bump from the Clippers, which is going to be a big key here. Because the Clippers now a little bit deflated with the crowd cheering for the Bulls. That's never a good sign. But what the Clippers have to do is get very physical. You're not going to beat the Bulls by playing a skill game with this current Clipper team. You got to get a pounding, smash them up game. I mean, Stanley Roberts, Loy Vaught, and Rodney Rogers, they come in and they get very physical, take advantage of Luke Longley's absence, take over the basket area, mix it up with Rodman. Let's get out there and get physical. Should not be a pretty game if the Clippers expect to win.
Now, the Clippers had been playing pretty good defense at the beginning of this season, but Bill Fitch
is nervous. The Fish have been swimming upstream all season, and their O-line's been blown out of the water. Scotty says, oops, let's start a new streak in L.A., where Bill's point is that the Clippers are airing it out this season, too. The eyes of LaBelle Provence are on Les Habitants and Coach Mario Trump.
from the Sports Arena in Los Angeles, California, Fox Sports West presents NBA basketball. Tonight, the LA Clippers host the world champion Chicago Bulls. Hi, everybody. Ralph Lawler, Bill Walton with you with this fella. He's in town tonight, and the place is packed to see number 23, 8-time NBA scoring champion, the guy who led this club to 4 world championships, Michael Jordan. Well, we're ready for a big night of entertainment and a great night of basketball. I'm Ralph. He's the redhead, the Hall of Famer, Bill Walton. Bill, it's special. These guys get together. They got the 3 great players, starting with Michael Jordan.
It's always so special, the circus atmosphere that surrounds quality performers. Michael Jordan, as good as anyone who's ever played this game. So special. Don't let that smile at the start of the game fool you. This guy is out tonight, and he's got plenty of help. And Scottie Pippen, who's been playing fabulous basketball with absolutely no pressure on him. And then Dennis Rodman, who has been so under control, he has not been ejected but one time this whole season. It's a very special team. A magic atmosphere surrounds him, Rob. It's very special.
NBA championship, and he goes back-to-back once again. You open your LA Times this weekend, and today, here's what you find. You want to talk to Michael Jordan on the internet? Yep, you can do that. You want to go to his movie? You can do that too. Already over $30 million, and he gets 10% of all the merchandising. You want some of his cologne? $32. You can get that as well. And of course, my son's going to be all over the new Air Jordans at a cool $140. This year he's making $30 million, and as Bill Walton so aptly said, underpaid. Coming up, the Bulls and the Clippers.
Fox Sports, it's the Clippers against the... Wonder what happened to him. There's Michael Jordan. Of course, the fans love Michael wherever he is. Former Clipper Ron Harper. Harper getting some boos here for his jail statement from some years ago when he was a member of the Clippers. But Ron had nothing but fond memories of his days in Los Angeles. Talked to him extensively before the game. Here's their now one-headed center, Bill Wennington, a 7-footer out of St. John's. They're without Longley, without Parrish, both on the injured list. Scottie Pippen, 10-year veteran from Central Arkansas. And Dennis Rodman, 6'6", 11-year man from Southeast Oklahoma State. The head coach, Phil Jackson. The assistants, Jimmy Rogers, Frank Hamlin, Tex Winter, and former Bill Cartwright.
In the NBA, winning every game by 20 points. Remarkable statistical dominance of the entire league. They lead the league in scoring. They lead the league in assists. They lead the league in field goal percentage, in wins. And the Clippers have not had great success here at the Sports Arena against the Chicago Bulls.
November 26th has been the key day. They beat them in 1988 and 1989 on the 26th. Ron Harper, the high scorer for the Clippers, when the last time that they beat the Bulls with Michael in the lineup. And there's the starting lineups on that night.
Every one of those guys still playing in the NBA with the exception of John Paxson, who surprisingly quit the Bulls as their assistant coach just 2 months ago and has not been heard from since.
That's a good look at Ron Harper. Harp said, I'd love to come back and play in LA before my career is done. So forget about that jail thing. That was said in the heat of
a long losing
room. That's right.
The heat of a long losing streak.
Now this is the real deal. The tip-off brought to you by Gatorade. Bugs is not on the court. The referees, Mike Mathis, Bill Spooner, and Mike Callahan. I'm Ralph Lawler along with the redhead Bill Walton. Mathis will toss it up. Clippers in their home whites, the Bulls in their road reds. Rodman has it and gives it to Ron Harper. Harper wearing number 9. He was number 4 in his days with the Clippers. To Rodman, number 91. Had to get a special permit from the league to do that. Pippen shoots and misses. Rebound. Pulled down by Sealy. Capu, and the Clippers have their first possession. Like to get off to a good start against these guys. And you got to have a good finish because the Bulls will be there at the end. You know that. Into Duckworth. Wennington, the defender, in the post. Boo for 3. Bingo! Boo Richardson's 13th three-pointer of the year. 3-0 LA.
All starts out with dumping the ball inside without Luke Longley in there. Wennington, not the defender, not the banger. So they have to collapse and converge, that way freeing up the perimeter.
They aren't a big team to begin with and not a good shot blocking team. Now they really lack that interior defense. Shot partially blocked by Duckworth. Comes off to Wennington. Jordan 3 in the shot clock. Harper's not aware of it. Jordan, does he get away in time? I don't believe so, but they say, okay, Clippers bring the ball back up court. Through the bounce pass to Sealy. Stripped to the ball by Harper. Who drops it out of bounds? L.A. ball. So the Clippers get it right back, and Rogers will bring it in.
Ralph, you mentioned that Chicago is not a big team. I find it interesting. A great defense by Ron Harper down low. Just then took his eye off it, tried to move earlier. The best teams in the league this year are the shortest teams. Utah, Seattle, Chicago, Houston. The skilled players are the ones that dominate this game. Mike Mathis trying to get the clock situation squared away.
It shows 17 as Pooh Richardson
shows
jogged
7
over there
minutes.
with Jordan.
Shows 7 minutes.
Well, that was a quick opening 5 minutes, wasn't it? Well, the Clippers, they just speed that baby up. They're up by 3.
At that pace, they'll never get to 100.
First to 10 wins, New Lawler's Law. Bill Fitch over here talking to the referees. There's Mike Mathis talking to Ken McLaren, the official scorer, and there are the referees. Mathis, the lead official, great veteran. They have things set now. 17 shot clock, 10:41 game clock. Clippers will bring it in.
Mathis, of course, worked the game last night across town at the Forum, where the Rockets upset the Lakers, who are not playing good ball right now.
Rogers works against Rodman. Reverse layup. Everything was good except the finish. He beat Rodman off the dribble. Pippen for 3 in the tie. Rodman the rebound. He's averaging 15 a game, and he's 3rd in the league. Foul on Pooh Richardson, fouling Michael Jordan. Pooh gets his first, and Jordan will go to the line.
Dennis Rodman behind Barkley and Jason Williams, of all people. And that's not a name you see up at the top of the rebounding list, but here's a guy who was back atop Michael Jordan as Dennis Rodman paces that sideline, trying to get a rhythm going. One of the most physically impressive performers in the NBA, in such outstanding physical condition. He just play all day, works out well before the game and after the game.
Jordan makes them both. 3-2. Clippers have the lead. 1:40 into it. Clippers haven't got it in bounds yet. Finally, they find Pooh Richardson. Pooh will bring it across the 10-second line where Harper greets him. And who's the point guard for the Bulls? They don't really have one. More than anybody else, it's Scottie Pippen, a forward. Jump hook by Duckworth is good. Clippers going inside to get the score. 5-2 Los Angeles.
Coach Fitch telling us before the game, Ralph, how impressed he is with Duckworth's work ethic in there in the weight room every day, even on the off days. Oh, what a pass.
Wennington. Pippen. Pippen cut right in front of Loy Vaught. And it's 5-4. Clippers by 1.
There's that sense of quickness, Ralph, that the Chicago Bulls use to separate themselves from the rest of the league.
Sealy looking into Vaught, being fronted by Pippen, knocking it away from Pippen, and Pippen comes up with a steal.
Well, you got 2 of the best defensive players, first team all defense, both of those guys every single year, Scottie and Michael Jordan.
Then you add Rodman, and you got yourself a very good defensive team, a great defensive team. Jordan in and out, Wennington the rebound. They're hurting the Clippers on the glass. Vaught goes up to get one. Coming off a 3-rebound game at Minnesota is Loy. He's dropped down below 10 a game now.
A very slow and surprising start for Chicago.
Yeah, I kind of thought they'd come out with steam coming out their nostrils. Rogers. 7-4, Clippers by 3, so it has been the power game. Each of the Clipper baskets has resulted with inside play, even though Pooh made a 3 as a result of 2 dumps into Duckworth in the post. Wennington misses. Another rebound. Wow, 5 offensive rebounds.
Dennis is hurt.
Yeah, twisted an ankle. A 20-second timeout will be taken.
Ralph, you talk about the rebounds. Chicago is the 3rd overall leading rebounding team in the NBA. They're 2nd in defensive rebounds. Clippers with a good, strong lead early.
It's the app.
Come back now to reset on defense after Dennis Rodman snared another offensive rebound, excuse me, and just stumbled on that left ankle. He's trying to work it out. Maybe another tattoo on that might help.
Yeah, they give you more support. Left foot stepped on Duckworth's right foot. 7-4, Clippers lead. Bulls have the ball. Pippen against Rodney Rogers. Weddington, his third shot. A brick, another offensive rebound. Oh, me, oh my, that'll never do. Pippen leans, banks, misses. Duckworth goes in, gets it for Los Angeles. The Bulls very cold early, 1 for 11. Rogers for 3.
No need for that shot there. Pounded back inside.
Lloyd Vaught in a good feed, but not the finish. And Rodman goes and gets it again.
Clippers should go back to Duckworth. That move he made was so beautiful early. And we never look at him again.
And nothing but good things have happened when they've gone inside so far. Jordan misses. They are really ice cold. Clippers need to make a little space between themselves and the Bulls right now. And Pooh hits a 2. And the fans applaud. L.A. up 9-4. Bo Outlaw about to come in for the Clippers. Instructions, Bo. Get a body on somebody. Get a rebound.
Good pace for the Clippers. They're not letting the Bulls run out. Chicago, one of the true fast breaking teams in basketball. But nobody's running, Ralph, right now like the Seattle Sonics. They are running beautiful basketball.
A rare jump shot by Dennis Rodman. Nice move down the lane by Pooh to elude Harper, but then the ball eludes him. It's Chicago ball. Outlaw replaces Lloyd Vaught. Clippers, to their credit, showing no signs of intimidation or awe by the Bulls.
One of the real temptations, Ralph, is to get overexcited with the big crowd here. Clippers are showing a lot of poise on
Steal by Sealy. Who but drop to Outlaw down the lane, rejected by Jordan. Bo says, who was that? That was Michael Jordan, Bo.
You rarely see Michael do something like this where he'll get up and just throw it out of bounds. He could have swallowed that one up. Instead, he said, hey, I'm going to make a statement here. Halfway through the first, the Clippers in control.
For basketball on Fox Sports West, brought to you by Coors Light. Ship cold to bring you all that is great about the Rockies. Tap the Rockies with Coors Light. And by Jack in the Box restaurants. Watch out, Mac. Jack's back. Clippers up early by a 9-4 score. Michael Jordan, though, has his moments at both ends of the court. Clippers will bring it in now with a 5-point lead. Pooh Richardson out front to Duckworth. Capable from there, and he gets it.
That's Duckworth's game, Ralph. You can get him shots like that. You need to set him up. He's not great at getting his own shot. When you help him out, almost the way James Donaldson was, an ex-Clipper center.
Tony Kukoc is in, sixth-man winner a year ago, and he shows you why. He has 14 points a game, his first of the night, 11-6 L.A.
Now, this is what Phil Jackson loves to play with this lineup. This is a short lineup with Rodman playing the center. But this is nothing but skill from every one of these players.
Rogers, three-point land. Sealy for 3, off the iron, and chased down by Scottie Pippen. Clippers have not been a good three-point shooting team. Jordan for 2. Line drive is good. If he'd have hit that many line drives, he'd still be playing baseball.
And not having any fun doing it.
Sealy misses. Clippers with quick triggers. Richardson down the lane. The give to Malik. Makes it. Malik from the baseline. 13-8. Los Angeles by 5. Jordan 44 points in defeat the other night.
And not a good finish for Jordan either, Ralph.
Illegal defense warning against the Clippers. Just a wild guess, Bill. How many times do you suppose Michael Jordan has scored 40 or more points in a regular season game?
40 or more?
Just a wild guess.
I'm going to say 40 or more. I'm going to say.
This is his 12th year in the league.
I'm going to say 67.
You're not even halfway there. 176 times Michael Jordan has scored 40 or more in a regular season game.
I know he's done it against every team in the league except for the new expansion teams, Vancouver and Toronto. But
Tony Kukoc down the lane.
I had no idea it was that many times. Now, when it gets above 50, Michael's not even in Wilt's class. So.
Outlaw has it knocked away by Jordan. Jordan, former NBA Defensive Player of the Year. This is what, when you talk about the greatest players of all time, you gotta go for Michael. He does it at both ends of the court, always has.
So much skill, but does he have the dominant impact that the big man in Jabbar or Chamberlain or Russell had?
Well, I think you have to say yes.
He's won 4 championships in the last 6 years. That's, let's see, 7 more, and he's got Russell's record.
5-point LA lead. Outlaws out of the game. Vaught is back after a chance to kind of regroup in the sidelines for a couple of minutes. 5-point Clipper lead. Pippen to the hole. Sealy the rebound. Here comes LA.
Well, if you get the sense that Chicago's just almost putting on a show at this point.
Nice. Well, that's a beautiful move. And a foul is called. But when Rodney is aggressive offensively, he's pretty special.
And it changes the whole outlook for the Clipper team, Ralph. The Clippers don't have guys that have the terrific spin drop step move there. The Clippers don't have a Jordan or a Pippen. They got somebody who can just create on their own right.
I know 20 other teams that don't either.
Only 20?
Rodney puts it in.
But how great is the NBA? I mean, last night, Chicago's in town on a night off. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, they go down to the Forum. They watch Shaq and Barkley and Drexler go at it. And they all get together after the game, have a great time. There's a real sense of camaraderie in this league.
Well, especially among the great ones, the great respect they have for each other. And of course, now with the Dream Team, these guys have all been teammates, too, which is different than it used to be from that standpoint.
Absolutely, and you get to become so much better friends, and you learn to respect the guys more because you're...
This is trouble. At the Clippers, showing no respect for his airness, go right after him. The foul will be called on Rodney Rogers, and Michael will have to earn it at the free throw line.
Over the top, the Clippers go for the front there. A little late on the weak side. If you're going to front, you got to let your teammates know so that not only the guy on the backside can come, like Rodney, can come early, but also the guy can get out and pressure the ball and not allow the easy post pass. But Kukoc is so tall. Kukoc is as tall as I am, Ralph. He's a full 6'10", 6'10 and a half.
As tall as you are. As tall as you were in junior high school.
And he's out there shooting threes, feeding the post from the perimeter. Here's a trapping defense.
15-10 basketball game. Michael has 6 of them for the Bulls, and the Clippers turn it over.
Somehow you get the feeling that Chicago is not out of this game this early.
Yeah, I'd say they're still in it. Bill Fitch knows that. Oh, the old coach would love to steal this one. Harper gets the ball to Kukoc. He's from Croatia.
Good quarter for Kevin Duckworth here.
And he really forced Kukoc to change that shot as Pooh Richardson brings the ball up. Sealy at the baseline.
Dump it into Duckworth again. Milk him. He's playing well.
Duckworth goes into the post. They get it to him. Dickie Simpkins now guarding with Rodman out of the game. Nice move. Finish Duckworth. He has 6. 17-10. Clippers by 7.
Nice job of Rodney Rogers to keep Scottie Pippen from getting the quick outlet. This is where they isolate Jordan, Ralph. It makes it so difficult to double team.
Pippen misses. Loose ball foul against LA. The Bulls really going after it in the offensive glass. Loy Vaught picks up the foul.
You look at this Chicago team, Ralph, and with the exception of Rodman, as the field goal percentage, you see Chicago leading the NBA at only 48%. Remember when the leaders used to be well over 50?
They're shooting a third of that tonight. Foul on Duckworth. The Duckworth gets his first foul.
Duckworth has done his job, Ralph. He's got the team off to a good, strong start. When Stanley comes in, which should be very soon, Stanley has to just continue that and take over the pace and punish these outmanned Chicago Bulls.
5 for 5 from the foul line for Jordan. Last year against the Clippers, he wasn't bad.
Well, the rebounds up from his year-long numbers, but 29 again, that's about where he is. The press confusing the Clippers a little bit. And See, they're denying Pooh Richardson. He's the real ball handler on the team.
Seeley gets in the front court against Jordan. 3.5 minutes ago in the opening quarter. Clippers off to a good, sound start. Rodney Rogers against Pippen.
You got to take him to the hoop.
Pippen with those quick hands knocks it away with 4 in the shot clock.
The reason you can't press Chicago on the reverse, Ralph, they don't play a point guard, but their dribblers, Jordan and Pippen, at the forward and big guard are so tough.
Seeley lets it fly for 2. Hits a big jump shot by Malik Seeley.
Good screen. Kevin Duckworth on the baseline out of bounds, realizing the shot clock was down.
Down to 4, and they escape with 2 points. Clippers lead by 7 again.
Missed Jordan on a cut.
Pippen for 2. Scottie Pippen shooting 44% of the season. 19-14. Clippers by 5.
They probably think 44% is good nowadays.
Yeah, things have definitely changed. Duckworth inside against Simpkins. The double from Kukoc. He finds Vaught at his spot. Duckworth had a career high, not a season high, a career high 6 assists the other night in Texas. Another timeout for Chicago. The Bulls take time. 2:43 to go in the period. LA up by 7 as Loy Vaught hits from his spot. Redhead back with you. Clippers off to a good solid start here, Bill.
Yes, and a good sign for the Clippers is that Pippen and Jordan are the only ones who are scoring. Now that's usually means trouble for Phil Jackson, coach of the year last year. Clippers red hot, and the Bulls looks like they left their game up in Utah.
A shooter comes in, Steve Kerr out of Arizona, by the way of Pacific Palisades High School. Replacing Harper. Simpkins in the post, misses terribly. Vaught battles. Nice job by Loy. Controls it in to Richardson, and then Simpkins loses it. It's Clippers ball. So Loy's hustle kept it alive.
For the Clippers to win this game, Rob, they've got to just become demons on the backboard. They just got to start throwing bodies around, take some fouls. Loy Vaught just up over Scottie Pippen's back. Future Hall of Famer, all-time team, Scottie Pippen, 2-time Dream Teamer.
Who at long range looks into Duckworth. Duck has it and travels, makes a basket. It won't count. Out of bounds. It goes to the Bulls.
Tough call against Duckworth. Everything has gone right for him. Duckworth, of all these Clippers, Ralph, Duckworth's got the most big game experience. Played for so many years with the Blazers, championship series against Chicago.
These guys.
Yeah.
Kerr at long range to Jordan. Bill Fitch trying to get a traveling call on Michael Jordan. Good luck, coach. 21-16, Clippers by 5.
That's what Michael Jordan does better than anybody I've ever seen, Ralph. And that's turned to that left shoulder for that right-handed jump shot.
Rogers, nice job by Rodney, continuing to be aggressive offensively. 23-16, Clippers by 7. Pippen the lob. Jordan tries to save it. Simpkins chases it down.
The last year, the Bulls still had John Sally. They still had James Edwards.
Seeley almost had it away from Jordan. Good job of intimidation by Duckworth again, but another offensive rebound. Simpkins knocked away by Seeley. Off Simpkins, Clippers ball. Now, you won't believe this statistic, Bill. Clippers have out-rebounded the Bulls 12-10.
That is surprising because the Clippers, even though they're bigger and stronger, are not a great rebounding team, while the Bulls third in the league overall.
Who? 7 offensive rebounds for Chicago. Here comes the break. Duckworth says no free passes at the old arena.
Good foul, Kevin Duckworth.
Simpkins will go to the line.
Kevin Duckworth retreating on defense. Went for the ball, no flagrant foul, and a well-deserved ovation for Kevin Duckworth. That's the best stint of basketball he's played for the Clippers.
Absolutely.
This is the best quarter of basketball that I've seen the Clippers play this year, Ralph.
Well, they have played terrific in all facets. Simpkins will be at the line. He was on the injured list until the Chiefs went down. Free throw's no good.
Talking to the chief before the game. So happy to be in
There he
Chicago, and he's been with some of the great ones. Larry Bird in Boston, now Michael Jordan. He's one of the great ones himself.
That Grecian formula really worked, doesn't it? Vaughn gets a rebound. 23-16. Clippers on top. Loy has 5 rebounds as Pooh Richardson brings it across the timeline. He's what, about 4 years older than you?
No, Chief is actually a little bit younger than I am. Not, but this is his 21st year in the NBA.
Now, you'd still be playing if you could. If your feet had allowed it. Rodney protects the ball. Stanley has it go in and come out. Fought the rebound and a putback. So the Clippers get a second chance basket and lead it by 9. The biggest cushion of the contest. 22 seconds to go.
Clippers are out hustling the Bulls, and Rodney Rogers and Kevin Duckworth and Loy Vaught have been the difference, dominating the front line.
Michael thought he might have had his foot in the midcourt line, in which case it would have been a backcourt violation. Malik Sealy's in the hot seat now. Jordan turns up the heat. Still 6 seconds to go, though Michael actually shot it a little soon. Pooh with an eye on the clock. Down the lane, on the run, missed the shot at the buzzer. So the first quarter is in the books. The Los Angeles Clippers, who've not been a quick starting team this year, start quick against the Bulls and lead 25-18. Only the 3rd time this year in 13 games, the Clippers have the lead at the end of 1 quarter of play, and it's against, of all people, the Chicago Bulls. Catch Sean Bradley as he leads the New Jersey Nets into the Arrowhead Pond to Anaheim Saturday night. The battle of the Clippers with Loy Vaught, Rodney Rogers, and Stanley Roberts, and the rest of the young Clippers. Good seats are still available, so call Ticketmaster at 714-740-2000 now. Now Michael Jordan's the man of the hour here, 12 points in the first quarter.
But nobody else has scored. Chicago shooting 25% in the quarter. Scotty's got 4 points. That's 16. The only other guy, Kukoc, made that one jumper early on. And now Phil Jackson, hoping to get things going, takes Jordan out and says, hey, the rest of you guys got to play too.
Well, Randy Brown's going to have difficulty picking up the pace offensively, though he's a very good defender. Stanley Roberts in close against Wennington to the hole, put it up. Got a crowd and goes to the free throw line.
Ralph, this was a matchup that Phil Jackson was uncomfortable with. As we look at Wennington, not the banger that Dickie Simpkins or Luke Longley is. You look at the shooting, that's been the difference in the game. Clippers gave up a lot of offensive rebounds, but it didn't hurt them because they weren't scoring.
Stanley will go to the free throw line. A much improved foul shooter this year, he said hesitatingly. And he makes the free throw. 73%, career 51%.
Phil Jackson coached 4 championship teams there in Chicago. And as you said earlier, Ralph, had the privilege of playing for Bill Fitch. Stanley's shot, as everybody's shot, comes from your legs, Ralph. And just you watch Stanley play this year, it's 100% different than the last couple.
Yeah, nothing's right when your feet hurt. 27-18, Clippers by 9. Second quarter just underway. I should be telling you that, right?
I know that all too well.
Kukoc.
Good box out, Loy Vaught.
And the Clippers have the basketball and the lead.
Right back to Stanley. Just dump it down, but they want to take advantage of Malik Sealy against Kerr.
Not a bad idea either. Rodman running wild defensively. Roman and Sealy puts it in. Boy, Malik showing no signs of a sore right ankle. 29-18, Clippers' biggest lead of the ball game. You're waiting for the time bomb, the fuse to shorten and burn. All of a sudden, the Bulls explode. That's quite a move. Blocked by Leonard! 5-on-4. Brown wondering what hit him.
Get to the hoop here.
Sealy is open. Well, they had to score that possession.
That's the kind
to come back and haunt you.
That's the kind of play route that just get the crowd on your side and just turn everything in your favor. It already is in their favor.
Bingo. So what happens at the other end? Steve Kerr retaliates with a 3. That's a big turnaround play.
Ralph, the game in Utah, Chicago's game Saturday night up in Utah, they were down 11 points and made it up at Utah in about 30 seconds.
Pooh to the hole, no basket.
Offensive foul, using the off arm to push his way to the goal.
Big job by Stanley at the other end.
Stanley comes from the weak side, beautifully swipes it off the glass, uses his jumping ability, his agility.
Stanley doing a job at both ends of the court. Eric Piatkowski has come in for Los Angeles at shooting guard, replacing Malik Sealy. Rodman skips a pass to the feet of Kerr, makes the catch. Sealy on defense. Wennington with the shot. So Wennington gets the goal, and suddenly they come back with 5 quick points, and it's 11-point lead has shrunk to 6 and nothing flat.
Kukoc is the guy that has to make it happen for Chicago. He's a guy who has the talent, the leadership ability to control an offense.
Well, there's not much offense out there. Now, in years past, typically you wouldn't see both Pippen and Jordan on the bench at the same time. Going to the free throw line again will be Stanley Roberts.
But that just shows you the confidence that Phil Jackson has in this squad, particularly in their defense. They're only giving up 87 points a game. They have the ability, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, of just shutting down the opponents at any given time.
That's why a guy like Randy Brown works for this ball club. He can do it at the defensive end. Stanley Roberts, 3 for 3 at the line. 30-23 the Clippers.
And with the Eastern Conference, Ralph, without any real threats to Chicago, you can just visualize them having a great record with no real opposition, and then cruising into the finals and being ready against a battered Western Conference team, a Seattle, a Utah, a Houston, a San Antonio, the Lakers.
Steve Kerr drops it into Rodman. He finds Wennington, and Pooh chases down the rebound. Early in quarter number 2 at the LA Sports Arena. Happy to have you along on Fox Sports West. Stanley Roberts in close. That's 6 for Stanley. Well, 33-23. The Clipper lead is 10.
At the outset, Ralph, we talked about the centers had to play big. Duckworth was magnificent. Stanley has continued the performance, and the Clippers with a solid 10-point lead.
And 12 points from the center position. Kukoc for 2. 4 points for Tony. 33-25 LA. When do you get comfortable against these guys?
Never.
Well, when the clock expires and you're ahead.
Or when Jordan retires. And Phil Jackson.
That did make a difference. Pooh for 3. It's an air ball to Rodman.
Surprisingly,
ahead to Kukoc.
Surprisingly, the Clippers don't dump it in more.
Kukoc gets the basket and the foul. You just can't afford to make mistakes against these guys because they'll make you pay as Bill Fick watches.
Kukoc, who is left-handed, Lamont Murray needs to realize that. He is very deceptive. Kukoc, one of the great creative players, really one of the few true sixth men in basketball.
33-28, Clippers by 5. Jordan on the sidelines. Chomping the gums, but he's ready to come back.
Well, the minutes are down for the Chicago players. They're getting older, and they've been winning their game by 20 points.
Good job by Lloyd, taking it right to the hole. Clippers by 7.
Dennis Rodman, you want to attack a guy like Dennis Rodman rather than leave him alone on the weak side defensively.
Brown to the hole, no basket.
Wow, they're going to wipe that one off and no continuation.
Terry DeHare will be coming in for the Los Angeles Clippers, checking in on the sideline. Does a good look at Terry, 4th-year player out of Seton Hall. Eric Piatkowski gets a quick hook.
Well, I guess it was that air ball by Pooh Richardson that sent Eric to the bench.
35-28, Clippers by 7. Had to be something at the defensive end. Knocked away by Murray. Oh, I hate that foul.
Oh, they're going to give him 2 free throws.
Yeah, I know, but clear past the basket for Lamont Murray. But what it does, it takes away from the crowd an exciting play.
Absolutely. And Tony Kukoc has got to be in there the whole game. And you got to save your foul. 2 points, you can get that
I don't
back.
mean I hate it for Chicago. I hate it for the fans. I just think the penalty should be so severe for that type foul that you don't commit it.
Like an ejection, maybe,
Oh, that's a little.
or that they assign his contract to your bank account.
Like a permanent suspension, something like that. That would get their attention.
As long as it's on the other team.
I'd hate to see the fans deprived of a chance to really come off their seats, because Murray would have come down and brought them out of their seats with a slam dunk. 37-28, Clippers by 9.
Good pressure defense to Hare.
You gave him a field goal and a free throw on a breakaway foul. Clear past the basket.
How about the ball, too?
Or maybe carrying it a little further than I intended, but what the heck, why not, especially in that play. Follows on to Hare. It's 37-28, Clippers by 9. Uh-oh, he's back to see a full house, 16,000 plus here at the Old Barn.
Always a good substitution to put Jordan in.
Yeah, that's coaching. No wonder he was coach of the year last year, this guy, Phil Jackson. Tapped by Rodman, controlled by Wennington.
What a pass by Rodman.
37-30 the Clippers.
Dennis Rodman bought Phil Jackson a motorcycle to start the season. Nice big hog, all covered over with Chicago Bulls logos.
Stanley to the baseline. 8 points for Roberts. 39-30, Clippers by 9.
Stanley delivering once again. You're starting to expect it from Stanley, Ralph, whereas in years past it was like hoping.
Backing in Jordan, traveling. They do call traveling on Superman.
I better write this date down. I don't think that was traveling.
Folks, you can say you were here and you saw it the time they called traveling on Michael Jordan. 6:50 to go in quarter number 2. Timeout Los Angeles. Clippers lead it by 9. 39-30. They've led all the way.
Flies through the air, but his pivot foot is the left pivot foot. Then he hops a little bit, and then he pivots off the other one. Obviously, a easy play to call, traveling. He can't believe it. He jumps at Mike Mathis's face.
He says, Mike, don't you know who I am?
I think, of all the refs today, Mike Mathis, he's the one who will make the big call against the superstar under any circumstances. He's the Earl Strom of the 90s.
Jason Caffey is in now to defend Stanley Roberts. 8 in the shot clock. Murray over Kukoc.
That's not a good shot. Lamont has not shown that kind of ability to create his own shot against a good defensive team. It's one of the reasons why scoring throughout the NBA is too low. Guys relying on tough individuals.
Oh, Jordan shoving the hair away and shooting at 2. Terry says, come on, the Bill Spooner.
Well, all the great players, they all push off. That's how they get great.
That's illegal.
Hey, you have to be aggressive. You have to be the guy that initiates the contact. Jabbar, Wilt, Maravich, Rick Barry, Bird, Magic, all the great scorers.
Wide open. In and out, and Jordan skies for the rebound. Clippers by 7. Chicago with the ball, just waiting for the offense to explode for the Bulls.
2 tough possessions offensively for the Clippers.
Caffey from outside over Roberts.
Nice defense, Stanley.
Here come the Clippers. Murray can't control it. Well, they're all over Pooh. Caffey banged him with the right, then with the left. A hair for 3. Bought the follow. No. Rebound Murray. The save, but Caffey will get it. Loy acted like he thought there was a shot blocker out there. There's not.
Tony Kukoc is the only guy who's out there. He's not going to block any shots.
But the Bulls cannot buy a hoop. Oh, and the Clippers can't buy a possession. They're turning it over now.
Clippers need to play smart basketball, Ralph. This is a brilliant Chicago team. It's been in every kind of tough situation on the road, against hot teams with hostile crowds.
Because you can play almost perfect ball against these guys and still lose by 10.
Absolutely. But Chicago's not playing well right now at all.
Kukoc is fouled. Lamont Murray with a personal foul for L.A.
And I like the way that the Clippers are playing physical, aggressive defense. And they're not just standing back there getting dunked on. They're out there. They're holding their ground. They're asserting themselves defensively, forcing the Bulls into very tough shots. I would never let Tony Kukoc go to his left.
Well, clearly the game plan, play him physical, play him tough, make him pay. Kukoc gets a good roll and bounce. He has 8 points off the bench. Scottie Pippen coming back. Steve Kerr sits down. So they have the guys out there now. Pippen and Jordan for the final 4:50 of the period. And Kukoc, the 3 best offensive players. And the lead is down to 5. 39-34 LA.
have 34 points toward the end of the first half. They lead the NBA in scoring at over 104 points a game.
Stanley Roberts against Caffey. Illegal, no foul will be called on Caffey. He had 2 forearms in Stanley's back. You say, well, guy outweighs me by 50 pounds. He's 4 inches taller than me. Out of bounds, it'll go to Los Angeles. 4.5 minutes to go in a half.
Clipper centers Duckworth and Stanley really getting a good chemistry developed between their perimeter players and themselves in the low post.
Roberts spins, shoots, scores, and he's fouled. 10 points for Stanley. He's doing a job. Caffey gets his second foul in succession, and Stanley will go to the line.
Again, the fact that Luke Longley not playing really puts a lot of heat on these big men, ones who are left for Chicago. Phil Jackson cannot be happy. Going over to defensive strategy, figuring out whether they're going to double team down low. Rodman with a beautiful rebound.
Stanley's first miss at the line. 41-34, Los Angeles by 7. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first half. Caffey, a handoff to Pippen. Jordan, foul will be called on Pooh Richardson. That's 3 on Pooh. Pooh trying to put his hands back in his pocket, but there aren't any pockets in those shorts. Clippers are over the limit, and Michael Jordan will go to the free throw line where he's made 6 in a row.
Talking with Michael in the locker room before the game. He's filling out all his tickets, and he went out and spent a good part of the pregame with a young man who's in a wheelchair, Ralph. It was so very special to see such a huge star, such a great guy going out there and giving back to the people who have given him the greatest life that people could have.
How about the triple this guy had last year? All-Star Game MVP, regular season MVP, Finals MVP. Not many have done that. Well, how about one?
Just Michael Jordan?
No, one other.
Willis Reed.
That's right, Willis Reed, 1969-70 season with the Knicks. Pooh Richardson out for the first time tonight. Derek Martin replaces him at the point. One Bruin for another. Still rejoicing their alma mater's football win over the Trojans. 41-36. Clippers lead is down to 5. Roberts at midcourt. And Derek Martin will try to make it happen now offensively for the Clippers.
Spread the floor here. Give Derek some room to get to the hoop on Kukoc, who's got a full foot in size on him. That's not a good entry pass.
For 3. Bingo! That's a good shot, though.
No. Oh, great shot.
44-36. The Clippers lead it. 5th 3-point of the year for little Derek Martin. Caffey in the post. Works on Stanley. Goes up. Ball's knocked away. Out of bounds it will go. It'll be Chicago ball, but Stanley did the job as Martin beats the shot clock.
Inside-out offense. Good way to set up your three-pointer. So nice to see Stanley Roberts being able to play extended minutes without picking up silly, careless, and fatigue fouls.
You just know he gets free like that. It's money in the bank. 18 points for Jordan. 44-38. Clippers by 6. 3:16 to go in the half.
And you love the way Jordan comes back down, looking in the eyes of the coach, Bill Fitch's eyes, to see what kind of offensive set they're going to come, anticipating on defense.
Stanley in close again. Goes over the right hand. Everything else has been over the right shoulder. That time he turned over to the left shoulder. He has a dozen.
I'm going to make a bold statement here, Ralph, and say that Stanley Roberts appears to be in shape.
Jordan is 2. 46-40. 6-point Clipper lead.
You don't get in the kind of shape Jordan did in a short period of time. That's why he struggled so much when he first came back. He was in good athletic shape, but not NBA championship
baseball
level.
shape, which is a whole different world. Stanley again.
Lamont Murray's got to do a better job of anticipating those shots.
Pippen throws it away. Timeout to be taken by the Chicago Bulls. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in a highly entertaining first half of play. Los Angeles leads Chicago by 6. The lead, it stands at 6.
Now there's an easy, simple way to make VHS video copies. The Go Video Dual Deck VCR. Place the original tape here and an exact...
Who'd like to be wearing number 31 out there right now, about ready to come back.
He says he is ready. Bill Fitches decides, though, he makes the decisions around here. I told Brent before the game, got 17 years left here, Brent. Don't take any chances. Interesting for Chicago. Jordan's got 20. Scottie Pippen's got 4. Kukoc has got 9, and basically nobody else has scored.
Clippers centers, Kevin Duckworth, Stanley Roberts have 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks. The Bulls centers have 4 points.
Clippers have very good offensive balance, too. Dump it in again.
Go to the center again. That's the plan. Foul called out front on Scottie Pippen. Scottie's first. They're over the limit. Lamont Murray will go to the free throw line where he's made his only 2. 4 of their 5 starters, 30 or older. Pippen 31, Rodman 35, Jordan 33, Harper 32. And they all have to call a guy on the bench, Pops. And that's the Chief, who's what, 43?
Chief is 43, played more games in the history of basketball than anybody. Passed Kareem last year. Chief in his 21st season. I'm jealous.
47 to 40, Clippers on top.
Talked to the Chief before the game. He is just having a grand old time. Chicago, like Boston, like Los Angeles, they know how to take care of their professional athletes.
Tough shot for anybody in the building or anybody in the league aside from Michael Jordan. He has 22, but the Clippers lead by 5. Much like the game at Utah, Jordan the whole show offensively. Martin working against Brown. Beats him to the hole. Stanley had it for a moment, but Pippen comes up with it. Caffey. So Clippers have been in control all the way, but their lead is only 3 with 1:22 to go in the period.
Chicago plays such good defense. Looked like an easy play for Stanley to dunk it, but the quick hands down low prevented the dish.
Martin again. Little hesitation dribble by the crafty Derek Martin. The Clipper lead is 5 again.
Rodman has not been a factor in this game. Really nobody except for Jordan has played well for Chicago.
Maybe rebounds for Dennis.
Maybe Kukoc.
Brown. They invite him to shoot that one all night long. Clippers with the ball. 49 seconds to go in the first half.
They missed the chance to go 2 for 1. If you shoot at 40, you get the last one back. Clippers now space the floor. Martin's been able to get to the basket.
Yeah, but not much of a finish there. Got totally out of control. And here come the Bulls. Clippers will get the ball back. Brown again. All red jersey. Block foul on Stanley.
Well, Lamont Murray and Loy Vaughn Stanley all looked very, very tired there. Did not even make an attempt at that rebound.
Look at all the red jerseys there. Clippers on the outside looking in on that one. And Caffey will go to the free throw line. Not a good foul shooter. 54%, 24 seconds remaining in a half. Good close-up look at Stanley Roberts. Caffey misses.
Clippers get the ball here. Play for the last shot. Control it. Keep it out in front in the middle of the court. Now with about 10 to go, either have Martin penetrate or dump it in quickly to Stanley and then either go to work. But give enough time to make one more pass for a jumper, maybe from Lamont Murray for a 3 at the buzzer.
4-point Clipper lead. I suspect Martin will try to beat his man off the dribble. Let's see what goes. He's looking for Roberts. Stanley has it. Stanley shoots. Gets it partially blocked. Vaughn has it and almost missed it, but he got it.
That's the kind of night, this kind of season it's been for Loy.
5 seconds remaining. Clippers trying to make him use some time in the backcourt. Pippen ahead to Brown for 3 to beat the buzzer. It won't go.
Good defense, Lamont Murray.
Standing ovation for Bill Fitch's Los Angeles Clippers. At the end of the first half, the Clippers lead the Bulls 51 to 45.
With this great moment, April 20th, 1986, in the first round of the playoffs, matched the Bulls and the Celtics. Michael Jordan's 63 points would set an NBA record for most points ever in a playoff game. However, the Celtics won the game 135-131 in double overtime. This great moment in NBA history has been brought to you by Fox Sports West.
He had 22 in the first half, but he was the only Bull in double figures. The only Clipper in double figures was the big man Stanley Roberts, who's back on the bench now. He scored a dozen points in the first half of play in 13 minutes. Kevin Duckworth back in the middle to start for the Clippers.
And Ralph, it's important for Duckworth to get off big. He hasn't played a lot of minutes, but if he can come out and with a good, strong start, I mean, Pooh Richardson, Rodney Rogers, Seeley, the guys that handle the ball, they should try to get Kevin off, get him involved early. That's what teamwork's all about.
Full court pressure right off the get-go here for the Chicago Bulls. Harper is back in the backcourt along with Jordan. Wennington, the center, in the absence of Longley, who's out for 8 weeks, dislocating a shoulder in the surf in Marina del Rey yesterday. Parrish already on the injured list. They're down to Wennington and a bunch of power forwards to play in the middle. Clippers have taken every advantage of it here in the early going. Vaught misses. Jordan rebounds. Here come the Bulls. The Clippers by 6. Second half just underway.
You don't want to take a lot of shots out. Little Seeley steals it from Jordan.
Malik to the hole, puts on the brakes, gives it up to Rodney. To a three-point land, but he sees Pippen out of the corner of his eye with 14 in the shot clock.
Dump it in and get to the hoop.
Who for 3. Well, that's what happens when you give it inside. Bingo. And you got to have the faith that you'll get it back. Jordan for 3. Bingo.
Hard to imagine the defensive strategy that would leave him wide open.
54 to 48.
The Clippers have not gambled off of Ron Harper. Has Harper even taken a shot tonight, Ralph?
Well, it doesn't seem like it. In fact, he's not. Inside to Duckworth. Outside to Rodman. Little up fake, goes in for an easier shot, but misses it. Rodman gets the rebound, flat-footed. 6-point Clipper lead. Chicago with the ball.
Clipper forwards Rodney Rogers and Lloyd Vaught both taking tough shots off the dribble to open the second half.
Harper's first shot is a miss. Clippers bring it back. Malik Seeley with the ball.
At least he's in the box score now.
Seeley works against Jordan. The screen from Vaught goes the other way with it.
Everything's coming off the dribble. The one time they were successful was when they dumped it in and then kicked it back out for a spot up.
Got to trust the system. Got to trust your teammates. Pippen misses. Seeley rebounds. Malik looks into Duckworth. Duckworth to the hole. Offensive foul on Kevin, and Kevin knew it. His third personal foul.
That's why when you make that move, any post moves, you keep both hands on the ball to the very end. You take that one hand off, you put that arm, even if you don't use that arm to gain an advantage, they're still going to call it.
Pippen bursts to the basket. Duckworth is there, smothers it away. Pippen gets it for a third time, and Wennington puts it in. Boy, they continue to hurt the Clippers in the offensive glass. The Los Angeles lead is 54 to 50.
But it all gets set up, Ralph, by the Clippers failing to deny penetration to Scottie Pippen. You let these guys from Chicago come to the hoop time and time again, you're going to get beat on the offensive glass.
Tough feed to Rogers, saves it and avoids the turnover. Richardson wants the screen from Duckworth. Has it. Shot clock. Rodney for 3. Bingo! Rodney Rogers has 9 points in the game. Clippers by 7.
That could be a mixed blessing, though, Ralph. You don't want to give a guy like Rodney the thought that, hey, I'm hot from outside. He's been so effective inside tonight. Stay in there in the paint where he can be most effective.
The blessing the Clippers will take right now. I think they needed to bought the rebound. L.A. brings it back up by 7. Rodney again, see what he does with it. Duckworth. Jordan comes the other way. 3 on 2. This is trouble. Harper's first field goal of the game. 57-52. Clippers by 5. Fans boo Ron Harper. Steve Richardson checks over here with head coach Bill Fitch. Richardson near sideline in to Rodney. The only players that Harper played with on the Clippers were Stanley Roberts and Loy Vaught.
Duckworth kept it alive.
Got to shoot it, Kevin. Not going to get it off. Shot clock violation.
Well, both Rodman and Duckworth made terrific plays, although from the look on Bill Fitch's face, nothing was terrific about that sequence.
Here you see it.
Rodman or Harper kept his hands on that ball, slowed it down just a little bit.
There was not a foul called there either, folks, by the way. Pippen has it outside.
Again, Rodney has not been hurt tonight by the quickness of Pippen.
Jordan doing it on his own. And he's capable of it. 27 for Michael. He takes shots. For anybody else in the league, it's a bad shot. But for Michael, it's just 2 points. Timeout, Los Angeles. Bill Fick trying to put a finger in the dike. Jordan's made his last 6 shots. Los Angeles leads it by 3, 57-54. But here comes Superman. Real Clipper fans and Michael Jordan. He's fired it up 15 times tonight, Bill. Last year, he took 330 more field goal attempts than anybody else in the league. That's about 4 a game more than the guy in second place.
Well, he should shoot. Would you rather have him shoot or Dennis Rodman?
Well, let me think about it.
The problem is that everybody else tries to play just like him, and they're not good enough.
2 for 3. Off the iron. Shot clocks are off at the Clippers end of the court. And the game clock as well. They work down here, and the Bulls and Mike Mathis now sees that.
And Mike Mathis says, but Coach Fisher says, your gym. That's not my problem. Bill Spooner, a terrific young referee.
Now, Fitch isn't happy about it because he thinks it really penalized his ball club in that last possession. There you see it dark, and Fitch really feels his team was penalized by the delay. And Mike Mathis says, I disagree.
And Bill Fitch's response was, you would.
There's Ron Harper sitting down, kibitzing with some of the fans. Jack Nicholson among them.
Jack Nicholson, of course, starred in the Ken Kesey movie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That was the book that Phil Jackson gave to Dennis Rodman on this West Coast road trip, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I thought he was the author. There he is.
What color is that hair?
I don't know. If I call it red, you'll be offended. 57-54, Clippers by 3. Jordan with the ball. 5 minutes into the second half.
I think it's neon.
Pippen mishandling with 7. And a foul. No, 3-second violation. Rodman in the paint too long. Out of bounds. It'll go to L.A.
Ralph, remember back in the first half, they were attacking Rodman at the basket. Now they're allowing Rodman to stay away on the weak side all the time, and that's where he's dominating the defensive boards right now and allows Chicago to narrow the gap. I say go right at him.
Pippen is 2 for 11 from the floor. Inside, Rodney Rogers against Pippen. Sealy for 3.
That's out of his range.
Well, that was borne out last year. He made 21 of 100 3-pointers.
My computer, like mine.
Steal beautifully by Sealy. He soccer balls it down court and then knuckleballs it to the goal. And
horrible decision. Harper is down. And this is a very tough individual here.
It's may well be the knee. I'm not sure. He had one knee operated on during the offseason. Not the same knee he hurt with the Clippers some years ago. But Harper, who is as tough as they come, is Tony. That's apparently a hand. Looks like it may have hurt. And that's a lot less severe or serious or worrisome than a knee. Harper's one of the toughest players I've ever been around in the NBA. He is really tough. Clippers lead by 3. Bulls take time.
We're not waiting to see if it's going in. We're watching the arc, the rainbow. Feeling it come off the follow through. You don't need to watch the hole. You know what's going in.
It's good! The Nuggets face Bryant and the Lakers Sunday at 6:30 on Fox Sports West.
Clippers basketball on Fox Sports West, brought to you by Office Depot, taking care of business for companies of every size, everywhere, every day. And by Target, expect more, pay less. Here's the injury to Ron Harper. Bill?
Good to see Harper up and walking. Apparently is a hand injury. He goes for the steal at midcourt, and you see, just coming out of the screen, you see his hand bend back. We don't know. Dr. Tony Daly quickly out there to administer first aid.
They just tape it up, and he's back. Chip Schaefer, formerly at Loyola Marymount, now the trainer for the Chicago Bulls. Didn't have enough rings, so they took him to Chicago. Now he's got a whole jewelry box full.
He doesn't have as many as Bill Russell has. You saw that nice picture in Sports Illustrated. No, in the NBA at 50 book. Russell with
I saw you in there, looking good. Out Rodman to Harper to the hole, and he's fouled. So Harper says, hey, quit beating up on me, guys. Follow me on Kevin Duckworth. That's 4 on Duckworth. Harper taking it hard to the basket.
Right to the hoop. Harper going for the dunk, but Duckworth, good foul by Kevin Duckworth.
And you could have called him for a clear out with a left arm, which they often do in this league. Roberts about to come in for Los Angeles. Harper, 68% foul shooter, misses. He was averaging 23 points per game the year he got hurt with the Clippers, his first year with Los Angeles in January of 1990. I tell you, he was headed for big-time stardom. Has never been the same player, yet a very good player. Duckworth out, Roberts is in.
Never made the All-Star game. The highest accolade he ever got was runner-up as Rookie of the Year many, many years ago.
He would have made it that first year in Los Angeles were it not for the injury.
And how well were the Clippers playing at the time when he got hurt? They were tearing up the league, sweeping the Eastern Conference.
The game against Charlotte right here. 57-55, the Clippers by 2. Who crossed beneath the basket? Vaught gets it. Vaught has 10. The assist to Boo. Clippers by 4. Now they've shown no signs of cracking under the assault from the Bulls.
Chicago's offense is non-existent. Ralph, they've got 55 points. This is the highest.
Anytime you have Michael Jordan, I wouldn't say it's non-existent. Until the rest of the offense is non-existent. Sealy gets a foul.
I'm not sure why Malik Sealy is arguing about this call. He's a Hall of Fame player here with 4 rings on his finger, and he hacks down. And
you know, these guys have read the rule book. The hand is a part of the ball. And
unless it's Scotty's hand or Michael's hand.
I didn't see that part in the rule
Shaq's
book.
hand,
I
or
got you.
Charles's hand, Sean Kemp's hand, Karl Malone's hand.
Pippen makes the free throw. Pippen never a good foul shooter, 65%. He says he favors the old three-point line. How do you feel about that in this season of low scoring and poor field goal shooting?
Well, I think that it makes the basket area much too crowded as Wennington gets called for a push.
The new line does.
The new line does.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think what they should do is widen the court.
Well, yeah, good luck. That's going to happen. Yeah. Well, let's get rid of some of these expensive seats in the front. Yeah, the owners will vote for that one.
If you widen the court, it will allow more space for people, because people will develop a longer shooting range.
Yeah, right. Okay, Pooh Richardson brings it up. Clippers lead by 3. You present that at the next owners meeting, will you? Inside to Stanley Roberts at 12 points in the first half. Goes to the hole. Does not score. He's fouled down, but okay. He'll go to the free throw line. The foul will be on Bill Wennington. Wennington's 4th of the game. He's their only center.
Ralph, at the beginning of this game, we said for the Clippers to win, it can't be a pretty game. It's got to be a war at the basket, and that's what it's turned out to be. Every play, there's been guys getting hammered. Against the Bulls, that's what you need to do. Now, if you're going to play against Shaq or somebody like that, you can't play that kind of game. You're going to lose that game. But you have to play against that particular opponent. Against Chicago, it's got to be a game of physical strength.
Misses the free throw. Dickie Simpkins comes in at center now, and he's no center. He's a power forward.
But he still has lots of fouls to give.
Yeah, he does. He has 6 to give.
Phil Jackson was telling us before the game, Rob, that he wants to go with this matchup of Simpkins, who's a much better banger. Wennington, really a finesse player, as Luke Longley has become.
60-56, Los Angeles holding on to the lead. Lead they've enjoyed since the game began. Bulls have never led, but all that counts is who's ahead at the end of 48 minutes. Pippen in the foul circle. That's a terrible shot. Yeah, and he had Rodney's hand right in his face. Rogers did a good job, and Pippen 2 out of 12. Those kind of shots, he'll continue that kind of percentage.
Not good spacing for Chicago. Too much one-on-one. The one-on-one works if Jordan's high.
Rodney Rogers, a long two-pointer, spins in and out. Pippen rebounds it and brings it back for the Bulls. The lead pass deflected by Vaught. Comes off to Boo. It's 4-on-3. The give to Rogers. Vaught from the right elbow. Rebound, Sealy. Yeah, Loyal will make that shot normally. The back in against Jordan, and Michael fouls him.
That's a terrific play by Malik Lee. The kind of play that can turn this game more significantly in the Clippers' favor. You just isolate Jordan and you take it right at him. You get to the hoop and you draw the foul. Now the free throws have got to go down. Statement move.
Michael almost never in foul trouble. Sealy to the line. Kerr comes in for Harper.
Either was Moses Malone or Larry Bird or Barkley.
What, did Moses never foul out of a game? Is that right? Or did maybe his rookie year or something he did, but never again?
Wilt never fouled out. I think Moses fouled out once or twice. Rolando Blackman never fouled out. Over 1,000 games. Dave Cowens, on the other hand, fouled out of, I think, his first 18 or 19 games and then never fouled out again. After they said, oh, that's just the way he plays.
Malik making a contribution, though he's not shooting well. 61-56, Clippers on top. Sealy makes them both. 62-56, Clippers a 6-point lead. Tony Kukoc will bring it up.
And Rodman's still not a factor.
Getting some rebounds, but just not the energizer he normally is. Hasn't gotten anybody's face, hasn't gotten anybody upset. Jordan. Oh, I'll tell you, he's just unbelievable.
You guard him, Ralph.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, that's what Jabbar used to do. You'd play great, and Jabbar would shoot an 18-foot fadeaway hook shot. He'd say, oh, I'd pay this guy to take that shot, and he swishes it.
I used to love to watch you play, Kareem. It was a real treat. Richardson for 2 won't go. Rodman gets the rebound. The Clipper lead is 4. No lead is safe against Michael and the Bulls.
Their defense is so good, Ralph. Oh, beautiful pass, Rodman.
Foul will be called. No basket.
He should have let that go. That might have bounced back in. There was so much reverse spin on that ball.
Fouls on Rodney Rogers. It's only Rodney's second of the ball game.
They love to use Dennis as the focal point, the pivot man. That ball might have come back. It was spinning back so much.
People talk about Dennis being a one-dimensional player. They really don't know his game when they say that, because he understands the game and knows the game as well as anybody, and is a very deft passer.
He's a brilliant basketball player. What happens when he steps off the court? That's his business.
Yeah, but I really always kind of wonder what's going on. I asked Harper before the game, what's Dennis like? He says, hey, what you see is what you get. That's the way he is just in the locker room with just us guys. 62-60, Clippers lead is down to 2. Richardson works against Steve Kerr, trying to force him left. Stanley in the low post. Oh, had him but couldn't get it to him. 7 on the shot clock. 3 for Rodney. Simpkins a rebound. And the Bulls bring it back up.
Poor offensive set there for the
lead. Simpkins can't get it. It'll be red ball. The Bulls. So the Bulls have him within range now. Timeout will be taken. No, it won't. No need for the automatic, because each team has already used a timeout. As soon as we get inside the 3-minute mark, the Bulls are walking to the sidelines, thinking it was an automatic timeout. Not so, as Kerr has it in bounds.
Isolation for Jordan. It makes it so tough to double him with all these shooters like Kerr and Kukoc.
And here you see the spacing you didn't see earlier. He gets Sealy up in the air, shoots and misses, amazingly.
That's the 3rd time tonight that Michael Jordan has stumbled over the cheerleaders. They may be too close tonight.
Yeah, but they get to go home and tell their mom and dad, Michael Jordan touched me.
This is the beauty of Michael Jordan. The fundamentals, the footwork, which, like Hakeem Olajuwon, is just superior to everyone else in basketball. It's what separates him. It's not his athleticism.
He's
It's
9 of
very
9.
crowded over there. And Jordan, who loves to fade on his jumper going left. Amazing, he doesn't fade much going right. But going left, he really fades a lot.
And all the paparazzi at the baseline at both ends of the court. There's about 40 more media requests than usual for tonight's game. The Bulls have caught the Clippers at 62. First time we've been tied since the beginning of the game at 7:40. Now they turn up the screws defensively. Let's see if the Clippers will fade or if they'll hang in there. Sealy spins. Hunts for Stanley. Kerr comes up with it. The Bulls can take the lead for the first time tonight. The lob, not a real good pass. Not a real good shot. Not a real good idea. Clippers bring it back with a tie game.
They'll enjoy that one when they're in the video session. They love the tease, Tony Kukoc.
Clippers done a pretty good job on Stanley.
But the Clippers are not filling the high post properly, Ralph, to give Stanley the opportunity to get open more.
Vaught goes after it, gets it, puts it in. Good rebound by Loy Vaught. 64-62 LA, 1:56 to go. Well, the Clippers answer.
Vaught and Rogers have to pound away. They got to get physical with Rodman.
Out of bounds to go to Chicago, 16 in the shot clock.
To beat Chicago, you got to come and be a man possessed. Loy Vaught going against a man who is possessed, Dennis Rodman. Frustration by Rodman.
The question is, what possesses Dennis Rodman, who will go out of the game? They want to get some offense in for the final 2 minutes. They lob it into Simpkins.
You really see the loss of Luke Longley here, Ralph. 2 months, that's a long time in the NBA.
Pippen loses the ball. Out of bounds to the Clippers. Clippers with a 2-point lead in the ball, 1:35 to go. Splendid game.
Luke Longley should have been surfing on the net rather than in the waves at the beach.
That's a lot safer. Drew has it. Frustrating, though, if you have a slow modem. Inside to Stanley Roberts, who traveled. He was off balance. So the Clippers have turned it over 2 of the last 3 times.
But the offense for the Clippers it doesn't have that spark that it had earlier. They're not staying out in front, keeping good floor balance. They're trapped along the baseline too much, and they're not filling the high post to support Stanley in the low post.
Tony Kukoc at long range against Loy Vaught. Loy has a dozen rebounds. Kukoc bumped by Stanley. Leans and gets fouled. Just kept working. And Roberts gets only his 2nd foul of the night. Fans didn't like the call.
Inconceivable a year ago that Stanley Roberts could play more than 5 or 10 minutes of basketball without fouling out. Now just his 2nd foul. I thought pretty good defense and bodying up on Kukoc.
Kukoc brings the Bulls within 1. Ron Harper comes back for Chicago. Who's going to go out? Somebody has to. Jordan.
Ralph, Chicago has been winning their games by a remarkable 19 and change per game. That has kept the starters to very limited minutes. They don't know what it's like to play at the end of the game. They don't know how hard it is.
We're tied at 64 with 1:07 remaining in the 3rd period. Chicago has never led. Crowd, standing room only. 16,164. Richardson into the front court to Rogers at 3-point land.
Again, along the baseline rather than out in front.
Sealy leans and scores. 10 points from Malik. 64-64 ball game. Correction, 66-64. The Clippers by 2. Pippen at long range with Jordan on the bench. Kukoc looks in with 8 in the shot clock. Into Simpkins. Blocked by Roberts. 2nd of the game. Blocked by Roberts. 3rd of the game. The intimidation by Roberts. Loose ball foul. They'll make it a 24-second shot clock violation. Clippers ball. Great defense by LA.
The Clippers have out-hustled the Bulls throughout this evening.
Look at Stanley.
Michael Jordan has been the only player for the Bulls to play at all tonight. Stanley with 2 terrific blocks, a 3rd intimidation, and nothing but white shirts. And your Bulls do not look like the 4-time champions from this decade.
66-64. LA leads Chicago. Vaught finds Sealy. They'll use some clock now and go for the final shot of the period to try to guarantee themselves a lead of at least 2. Who to Sealy. Very quick shot. I have no idea after all my preaching there why.
Now Chicago will play for the last.
A lot of people, I guess, ignore sermons as Kerr has it at long range with 3 seconds to Simpkins. He travels. Clippers get a break. 66-64 Los Angeles. Bill Fitch with the play call. 1.9 seconds remaining in the third period.
On the run, you got to get moving.
They get the ball to Pooh. He'll get it off from 50 feet. Wide to the left. So the third quarter comes to an end. The Clippers hanging on with the lead. 66 for Los Angeles. 64 for Chicago. Weekend early against the Heat. Wednesday, 7:30 LA Sports Arena. Call Ticketmaster at 213-480-3232. James Worthy, he is truly everywhere. We were talking to him on Fox Sports News earlier. Now a real basketball junkie here at the old arena enjoying the game. Of course, stay tuned for Fox Sports News coming up right after the Clippers and the Bulls.
If I didn't know better, I'd say there was more than one of him, but there can be no more than one James Worthy. Truly a legend. Rodman ready and waiting to get in there. He might substitute himself. He's in. He did substitute himself. Looks like Tyson out there.
Jordan is back. The Clippers lead by 2. Chicago with the ball. Kukoc to Jordan. One bounce dribble to free himself and tie the game.
Michael was telling me before the game that his legs are feeling great. He's in phenomenal shape. No more tendonitis.
Well, with that in mind, he lost a little poundage during the summer. A little less wear and tear in those 33-year-old knees. Tie game into Roberts. The dump to Vaught from his spot. Maybe a step beyond his spot, and the result is he's short. The Bulls can take the lead for the first time tonight. And Bill Fitch will take a 20-second timeout immediately. Not letting any time get in the way of his club here. They trail by 2 for the first time.
The inspiration for our new quadra-coil suspension came during a recent visit to the Calgary Stampede. Jeep, there's only one, and right now you can lease a new Grand Cherokee for just $296 a month. See it at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Who else? Somehow you always know a Jeep owner's home when you see one. Jeep, there's only one, and right now you can lease a new Grand Cherokee for just $296 a month. See it at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Who else?
Back at the sports arena, Chicago Bulls back on top with terrific fast break. The ball never touches the floor. That's what happens when you shoot baseline jumpers and they miss. Fast break for the other team.
Stanley kicks it out to Pooh. He'll shoot for 3 in the lead, making a 2-pointer to tie the game. Bill Spooner changed his mind, signaling 3 and then making it a 2. We're tied at 68. The Clippers came right back to tie it on a kick out by Stanley. Pippen, who's been real cold.
You're like 2 for 12 cold.
That qualifies. Jordan. Does he ever get cold? Holy smokers.
The sad thing is that I was just thinking to myself that Malik Sealy's been playing a pretty good defensive game on Jordan. And what has he got, 35?
He's held him to 35, 12 out of 19
12
shooting.
out of 19 and perfect from the line at 10 for 10.
70-68, Chicago. Blocked by Jordan, his second of the game. And they're yakking at each other.
Shot clock's at 8. Clippers got to take care of business quickly.
Roberts will bring it, or rather Rogers will bring it in. In deep, Pooh has it. Pooh working one-on-one against Kerr, shoots over him, misses. Pippen the rebound, Bulls with the lead in the ball. Pippen all the way, challenges the basket, makes it, and he's fouled. Stanley Roberts had Stanley backpedaling. He gets his 3rd foul.
Well, Scotty, who's played just about as bad as you can play all night, comes up with the play of the game if you throw Jordan out. But the swoop, the soar to the hoop. He's right-handed.
72-68, Chicago by 4. Misses the free throw. Sealy pulls it down. Malik's done a nice job on the board. 72-68, the Bulls on top. Sealy with 7 rebounds. Boo Richardson looks into Roberts again. He's working against Rodman. The double from Pippen. The shot. Foul will be called before the shot.
Dennis Rodman.
Just 2 on Dennis. He just doesn't seem to have the fire that he so often has. He said he didn't have it in Utah. He said that's why Malone scored 33.
Well, I think Karl Malone. All the big, great forwards, they light up Dennis for points. He just hasn't been able to keep him off the boards normally. But tonight he hasn't been a factor.
Stanley in trouble. Followed by Lloyd. Good job by Lloyd. They doubled off Lloyd. That left him free in the offensive glass. 72-70. The Bulls by 2.
Clippers with pressure of their own. So many of the Bulls can handle it beautifully and create. And then they just give it to Jordan. He puts a dagger in your heart.
Pippen in close for a gimme. Scotty got free. He has 9. 74-70. Can't forget Pippen is there, and then he comes up with a couple of big hoops.
That's the beauty of playing with Jordan. There's no pressure on you other than to play hard and consistently all the time. That's what's so disappointing about Longley's foolish and careless injury.
5 in the shot clock. Stanley just nips the iron. Came up way short on it. Chicago has the ball in a 4-point lead.
Rodman's doing a good job defensively. This matchup has worked much better for him than the one against the forwards for the Clippers. They run the give and go so beautifully, Chicago does.
Jordan. He's just too good, folks. 37 points from Michael. He almost screwed Malik Sealy right into the floor. 8:11 to go in the game. The Bulls have opened a 6-point lead. It's gut check time for the Clippers. Leading scorers brought to you by the Southern California Chevy Geo dealer. Surprise, surprise. Michael Jordan's high man in the game with 37. The Clippers, it's Vaught and Roberts doing the damage. Most of Stanley's in the first half.
Michael Jordan, it's been the way he's destroyed the Clippers tonight in every aspect of the game. Blocking shots, playing the defense, passing to Scottie Pippen. He finally got Scottie back in the game, and then with this move here, he's pretty good.
Well, he's made 10 of his last 11 shots. Bulls have made all 6 of their shots in the 4th and final quarter. The Clippers trail by 6, and Clippers can't now settle for thinking, hey, we gave these guys a great show for 3 quarters. They have to realize 8:11 to go, they can still win the game. Sealy getting a technical foul shot, but missing it.
Clippers offense has disappeared here down the stretch. It's been a poor offensive game for everybody, really, except for Michael Jordan. Stanley Roberts and Kevin Duckworth had their moments, but Jordan's been the one that's carried this game.
Terry DeHare is in at the point to give Boo Richardson a little blow. That technical foul was called against Michael Jordan.
Well, they called steps on him, a technical. Things are falling apart in the world of Jordan.
Murray into a lot of traffic. Block to Murray, a wild 3.
Look how Chicago collapses and recovers. Great team defense, like Seattle.
Jordan against Sealy again. Pippen for 3. 79-70 Chicago as they continue their red-hot play. 7 for 7 in the 4th quarter. This is the quarter that's belonged to the Clippers all season long, but not tonight with 7:19 to go.
Clippers are getting open on the skip pass from Stanley and then stopping and looking and hesitating.
Pippen gets a foul. Bo Outlaw will come in for the Clippers. Clippers have not shot well, 25% throughout the second half of play. Outlaw is in for Vaughn. Bo played only briefly in the first half. Terry DeHare has the ball against Steve Kerr. 9-point Chicago lead in the fourth quarter. Stanley's in the post again against Rodman. Murray with 10 on the shot clock.
When Lamont stops like that, he's just killing and wasting the whole effectiveness of Stanley Roberts.
He either got to shoot it or pass it. Kukoc, a wild one, bounces off Sealy out of bounds to the Bulls.
Steve Kerr tapping his chest saying, hey, I'm sorry, I should have shot that ball. Looked like Kerr had a wide open layup and didn't have a lot of momentum. And Steve's not one of those guys that got invited to play in Space Jam.
Looks at the other end, Bill, like Stanley has to make a quicker move when he gets the ball in the post against Rodman than he has been.
I don't think he's working hard enough for position against Rodman.
Jordan against a much smaller Terry DeHare shows him about 6 different moves. They finally miss a shot, and the rebound goes off the Clippers again. Clippers have not been below 500 this season. A loss tonight would drop them a game under.
Very difficult week here for the Clippers with Miami coming in. They're playing good ball.
Then at Utah, and then in Anaheim against New Jersey on Saturday. Jordan. He has 39. 81-70. The Bulls. Clippers have only 4 points in the first half of the final quarter.
We mentioned early on that it looked like Chicago was putting on a show. Well, Michael Jordan is certainly doing that now.
Sealy.
When was the last time the Clippers scored?
Well, they have only 4 points in 6 minutes. DeHare for 3 right there. Thank you. Bingo. For Terry DeHare, his 6th three-pointer of the year. Maybe they'll give him a little spark. 81-73. The Bulls have the lead in the ball. Clippers need some defensive stops. Back door. Sealy got a hand on it, but not both hands. Stanley went hard after it. Clippers run up court. Oh, just barely got that one.
So what are you throwing it to me for?
Yeah. Hey, do I look like a shooter? Terry DeHare down the lane. Murray for a long 2.
Good basketball for the Clippers. Penetration, dish, get the defense to collapse. Phil Jackson forced to call a timeout as the Clippers have cut into that lead with a nice run of their own.
This one shot very nicely in rhythm, Bill.
It's the kind of shot that Lamont Murray needs to get more of. When he tries that stuff off the dribble, it invariably ends up a negative. But when Terry DeHare can force some action, get into the lane, and force a collapsing defense, Lamont Murray can really find a good rhythm to his stroke.
Clippers need some defense of their own now. Kukoc the kick to Kerr. Pippen with 8 in the shot clock.
There's Rodman in that triple post again.
Steal by DeHare. Clippers have the numbers. Murray, the give to Outlaw to the goal. No. Tip. No. Oh, that really hurt. That would have cut it to 4, folks. That might have been the last real window of opportunity. Pippen.
There's 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, but you got to take advantage when you have the opportunity. And the Bulls aren't going to give you a whole lot of opportunities.
Foul called on DeHare, battling Jordan for position.
And the Bulls score here. It's an 8-point game instead of a 4-point game. That's a huge swing with 4.5 minutes to go. Jordan around the screen. Misses. Rebound. Murray. So the Clippers are able to dodge that one and bring it back now. But now they got to score. Down by 6.
It's way too early for any desperation attempt.
Murray outside the 3-point arc. Stanley in close. No! Oh, that's got to be interference. It is.
No, they called a foul on Stanley.
Oh, me. Oh, me. If we can see that again, it looked like that ball was taken right off the rim.
Not enough elevation there.
No. That's legal.
That's Rodman. Perfect timing, perfect position. Stanley needed just a touch more arch on that jumper.
81-75 the Bulls. Kukoc outside the arc. Jordan.
Great
Kerr.
big.
He's fouled in a three-point try. 3 free throws for one of the best free throwers in the league. They say 1, don't foul a jump shooter. 2, for sure, don't foul a jump shooter 25 feet from the basket.
And 3, don't foul Steve Kerr.
That pretty well covers it, doesn't it? So Kerr will go to the line to shoot 3.
What a terrific pickup Steve Kerr has been. Los Angeles native. Was a ball boy at UCLA many years ago. And the
free throw's good from Pacific Palisades High School.
Played at the University of Arizona with teammate Judd Buechler, who hasn't seen any action tonight. Buechler's playing time way down.
Another Southern California out of Poway High School. That's 2 for 2 for Kerr. That's an 8-point lead. There's Judd back there. Hayden.
Don't understand how all these terrific ball players don't go to UCLA. It's very confusing.
Once a Bruin, always a Bruin.
Daher almost fell victim to Michael Jordan's free throw charge there.
See, a lot of people have picked that up, but Michael really patented it a few years ago. 9-point lead now. Clippers had a chance to cut it to 4. It didn't happen. Stanley, slam dunk, and he's fouled. His first field goal of the second half. 15 points for Stanley, who had 18 2 nights ago at Minnesota.
Well, what were the Clipper numbers for the centers at the half? He had, what, 18 points at the half between Duckworth and Stanley?
Exactly.
And
they have 3 points in the second half.
That's been the difference.
The old computer spits it out. There's a 15-point difference. Stanley misses the free throw. 84-77 Chicago. Just over 3.5 minutes to go. The margin for error shrinking. The window of opportunity slowly closing. Kukoc, foul on Lamont Murray. A little late getting to Pippen.
The ball movement for Chicago. The real beauty of this Chicago Bull team, Ralph, is their unselfishness, is their teamwork, their discipline, how hard they work in all aspects of the game. And when they pass that ball around, they are very tough.
Well, I talked earlier about trusting your teammates, trusting the system, and certainly great players that they all are. Jordan and Pippen truly trust the system. Pippen makes the free throw. Randy Brown comes in. Kerr goes out. So they'll get tougher at the defensive end now. Pippen with 13 points, 9 of them in the second half, misses it. Stanley the rebound away from Rodman. It's an 8-point lead for the Bulls.
But it was Pippen's clutch plays, Ralph, that swooping drive to the hoop, and then the big three-pointer he made on an out-of-bounds play. Now see, Lamont is hesitating, stopping.
The basket he made a moment ago was shot very much within rhythm, and Kukoc gets a block, and here come the Bulls.
You know it's not going well when Kukoc blocks your shot.
Jordan. Murray, a good rebound.
He says, what have I got to do to get to the line here? Somebody threw something on
Somebody threw like a pen or something onto the floor. Boy, a player racing up court could step on that and break whatever they fell on. That's just... I'd like to get my hands on the guy that did that. Well, if it's a real little guy, I'd like to get my hands on him. 85-77. Michael Jordan, the $30 million ball player that could...
he's underpaid.
Yeah. But you're throwing a pen at the conglomerate out there. And Michael's going to get richer. He got like 10% of all the proceeds and all the goodies of the merchandising off that movie Space Jam. That's going to be worth millions of dollars. Randy Brown gets the foul. 14 fouls in Chicago. Clippers will be at the line the rest of the way. And there's the conglomerate.
How many people are going to see Bugs Bunny, or how many people are going to see Michael Jordan?
I got a hunch Michael got top billing. I think it was in his contract. It's not Bugs and Michael. It's Michael and Bugs.
Well, did you get the opportunity, Ralph, to see the great article in the New York Times magazine about David Falk, Michael Jordan's agent?
No, I did not. Ball's out of bounds. Clippers ball 8 in the shot clock. What was the gist of it?
It's a terrific cover story on David Falk a week ago, Sunday New York Times Magazine. Just talking about his life as a star agent for all the mega stars in today's NBA.
4 in the shot clock. Terry, does he draw a foul? No, he draws a traveling violation. Instead of a three-point play, he gets a turnover. Chicago by 8, 2:16 to go. And I tell you, the game really did change. The Clippers missed an opportunity on a 4-on-1 fast break to score and cut it to 4. Michael Jordan at long range to Pippen. Kukoc for 3. Murray the rebound.
Seeley's played virtually the whole game, Ralph, on that very bad ankle. Heroic effort, and I think he's done a pretty good job. And still, Jordan has, what, 39?
He does indeed. Lamont Murray again hesitated
and throws it to Bo Outlaw. Come on.
That somehow doesn't compute. He does it again, and Bo scores and goes to the line. Murray gets the assist. Outlaw gets his first field goal of the game. Brown with a second foul.
Nice dish off to Bo Outlaw, who gets hammered on the quick rotation. I think one of the good things about Dennis Rodman is that with Chicago, he's much more involved in the team concept. When he was playing with San Antonio, he was so interested in the statistical accomplishments and the financial rewards associated with them that he wouldn't rotate.
Hey, free throw's good. Fox Sports News coming up right after the game of the 5-point game. Don't go away. Over a minute and a half remaining in the contest. Chicago by 5. A stop here, and there's still hope.
There's a ton of time. Now this game's just getting started.
I know you wouldn't overstate things. Kukoc fires and misses. Rodman rebounds. Pippen outside the arc.
Play the clock
really helps him. For Rodman tonight, 14 boards. Jordan. Murray doing a job on the board. Timeout, LA. Bill Fitch screaming for the timeout 62 seconds ago. There's still hope in the Clippers' hearts. 62 seconds remaining. Chicago 85, Los Angeles 80. High 5, and they have the ball now.
With a full shot clock. Might have been a good time to foul Rodman.
Yeah, if you're going to foul anybody, foul Dennis. Very rarely gets to the line, and 65%. This guy you don't want to foul. You don't want to see him have the ball. Pippen misses.
Jordan right there.
Going good ball by Terry to Hare to come up with it. Clippers bring it up, 31 seconds to go, trailing by 5. They need 2 possessions at least. Murray posted up against the smaller Kerr. His foul will go to the line. Both free throws, and you still have hope. Jordan picks up the foul.
This game's just getting started, Ralph.
Bill, there's 24.9 seconds to go out of a possible 48 minutes.
These 2 free throws go down. It's a 3-point game. You foul Rodman, he misses. You come back, you hit a 3. We're in overtime, and we're going to see Jordan play more.
Murray doesn't get the first part done.
So much for that story.
Outlaw will come in for defense.
Wennington for rebounding, ball handling, and shooting. They're taking Rodman out, looks like, realizing his...
Roberts comes out. Here's Lamont trying to cut it to 4. Clippers have missed their last 8 shots. Or the Chicago's missed their last 8 shots. Can't tell the good guys from the bad guys. 85-81, the Bulls by 4. 20 seconds to go. Kukoc at midcourt. Pippen is fouled. Free throws coming for Scottie Pippen. Both clubs are over the limit. Foul on Rodney Rogers. Fox Sports News right after the game. Pippen to the free throw line. He is 2 for 5 tonight, but only less than 16 seconds ago. Clippers still have 2 timeouts remaining. Scottie's foul toss is good.
Now they bring Dennis Rodman back in, and Dennis getting into it a little bit with Mike Mathis.
Wennington retires, so Rodman comes in to lay some defense. Pippen again. Makes them both. And it's a 6-point ball game. Clippers did a pair of 3-pointers in 16 seconds. But as Bill says, this game is just beginning, so don't go away. Bulls lead it 87-81. Chicago 87, the Clippers 81, 15.7 seconds to go. But coaches don't know how to give up. Bill Fish says, hey, all we got to do is make a three-pointer. Foul, get the ball back, and make another three-pointer.
You got to go for three as Jordan's scored 40 points. Every team except for Toronto and Vancouver. That's just because he's only played against Vancouver once or twice. And Toronto, the games are such blowouts all the time that, although they did lose one game to Toronto last year. So,
hey, he has only 39 now. Fox Sports News coming up. So the Clippers are really does seem like the Clippers have played him decently, but you can't stop the greatest player of all time.
Well, for a while, now Wilt would disagree with that.
But you can't stop the greatest player of all time, or that Michael is the greatest player of all time, or both.
Both.
Malik Sealy's done a nice job.
I thought one of the interesting comments by Wilt was that they changed the rules to slow Wilt down, and they changed the rules to help Michael Jordan.
15 seconds to go. Murray to the hole for two rather than three. That really surprises me. But Terry DeHare commits the foul. Down by 6 with 15 seconds to go. The Clippers went for the two. That requires 3 possessions rather than 2 in 15 seconds.
Clippers still with a timeout.
Well, here's Jordan's chance for the 177th time in his career to score 40 or more. Just think how many points that is. Jiminy Christmas. Jordan's free throw is good. Was it 7,000 and some? So Jordan has done it again. 177 times in regular season play. He scored 40 or more. Misses that one. Closed his eyes on that one, as he is wont to do when a game is over and the decision has been finalized.
I think Malik Sealy talked him into that one.
Should have talked him into it a while ago. A three-pointer at the buzzer makes the score more close. So a little bingo magic, but Bill Fish doesn't like the result. Clippers can take some pride in the fact they played the defending champions hard, played them as well as they've been played all year, save for their loss to the Utah Jazz 2 nights ago. But the final score here on Fox Sports West tonight, the Bulls go to 13-1. Clippers fall below 500 for the first time, going to 6-7. Now, Bill, a good effort by the Clippers, but not quite good enough.
A terrific performance, Ralph. Unfortunately, they just ran out of gas a little bit. Nice effort by so many guys. The big guys were strong. When you come up against the world champions, though, you have to take it to the highest level possible. The Clippers came close, but not close enough.
Well, the Bulls, a great defensive team, hold the Clippers to 33 in the second half. The final score, once again, the Bulls win it 88-84. Coming up next in just 2 minutes, it's Fox Sports News. Then we'll be back to the sports arena to wrap up tonight's game.
Yes! With more than 3/10 seconds to go!
This is NBA Showtime. Here's your host, Bob Costas.
It's a doubleheader Sunday, and in the first game, most of you will see the Houston Rockets in Orlando to take on the Magic, although some of you will get the Knicks and the Hornets from Madison Square Garden as Larry Johnson and Anthony Mason face their former teams. The second half of the doubleheader is about as marquee as it gets. In the regular season, the whole country will see a rematch of last year's finals as the Bulls visit the Sonics. Hello from our Manhattan studios once again, along with Peter Bessie and Julia Serving. I'm Bob Costas. We start today with Houston at Orlando. The Rockets added a superstar this year in Charles Barkley. The Magic lost one in Shaquille O'Neal. Now, Barkley will not play today. He's out again with a sprained ankle. The Rockets are battling the Lakers, Sonics, and Jazz for the best record in the West, but Houston has faded of late, losing 3 straight. Meanwhile, the Magic are in a battle just to make the playoffs, but they've played much better recently, 11-3 since Penny Hardaway returned. Greg Gumbel, Steve Jones, and Bill Walton have a report from Orlando.
All right, Bob, thank you, and welcome to Orlando.